Hello and welcome to this section, Lifting Your LatAm Business with Local Know-How. I'm joined in the studio with Alistair Cleland, the Managing Director of Pentasia, and James McKenzie, the Business Development Director of Partis. How are you both? Good to have
thank you. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
How's ICE going for you both so far?
Busy. Best yet, I would say, for us.
Busy and the best. That's what we like to hear.
Really good.
Nice.
Thank you.
For yourself?
Yeah, very happy to be here. It was obviously, everyone took a couple of years off, excited to be back and feel the energy in the room is very good.
Yeah, nice. So can you share some of the main findings from the IGB Pentasia salary survey?
Yes.
And how do these apply to the LatAm talent market?
Certainly. I'm going to have to read some of these from my notes, I'm afraid. But so the survey, generally speaking, and this applied across every location, there was a 12.5% growth in salary everywhere as an average. That applied to senior leadership of 16% as well. And across strategic leadership roles, Katie, there's a 16% up to 30% rise in average salaries for people to make the move. We see Brazil as the hottest market at the moment for talent out of all of LatAm, I think because that is potentially going to regulate at some point in the near future. And I think people are getting geared up to be ready for that. But generally, there's an increase in salary across most of LatAm.
Okay, good news. And most of the discussions this afternoon have included an iteration about the importance of local knowledge when launching in Latin America. Yeah. So how has this influenced the type of candidate operators and suppliers seek out in the region, in your view?
I think it's highly important. If you're going to launch a casino or a sports book in any region, you need local knowledge, but you also need industry expertise. Some of that exists in LatAm, but not in every country. So a bit like the US at the very start, there's a real key highlight on importing talent. And that can come from clearly anywhere, from Europe, maybe Canada or the US. But I think we're seeing a lot of talent being hired overseas and brought in to start to launch these companies. I don't know what Partis see about any particular skills.
I think from, Partis built a reputation for helping companies get into new markets, particularly in the US. We're seeing LatAm as a reflection of the US now, as businesses in North America feel like growth is possibly slowing down slightly with the regulation opportunity diminishing. And so as they look to South America, a lot of those companies are looking to acquire or invest in companies that know how to cater to a LatAm audience and LatAm players. So, a number of Brazilian businesses have been very successful in recent months and over the past, 12 months, by, providing and catering to a younger Brazilian audience.
And in terms of technical talent, have you found that there's a sort of strong local base to pick from?
Not everywhere. I mean, certainly there is. We've actually built some development centers, or helped some customers build development centers in Panama, in Colombia specifically, in Uruguay, Argentina. So there are some very strong regions in LatAm that have very, very good graduates entering the market and good skilled technical talent, but not everywhere. It's more concentrated in certain areas. But yeah, there's some great talent and a lot more cost effective perhaps than building something in Europe, I would say, yeah.
And for investors that are looking to expand into Latin America, what are the defining characteristics of the local LatAm operators, do you think? And what are their highest values?
I think mainly, it's the same for almost any geography, but if you have a strong product, growth, profitability, this local know-how, how to market to a customer, I think that's very important. A lot of the players in LatAm are actually using third-party technology. I think over time, there'll be a trend where people are bringing technology in-house, as that happened in the US. But I think ultimately the successes of the LatAm businesses to date is because they've known how to market efficiently to their audience in their home geographies.
And whilst the excitement of LatAm continues to grow, how do operators and suppliers view the industry from the inside looking out?
Yeah, you want to take that?
Yeah, happy to take it. I think everybody, there's a huge buzz around ICE and the industry generally looking at LatAm as a market. I think those on the ground in the market, as regulation or impending regulation in places like Brazil and Peru is going to come in, that always brings more opportunity. It brings jobs to these countries, it brings taxes which benefit the governments as well. But I think it will be, it's the same story in places like Colombia, where regulations, and Argentina, where regulation's been in place for a long time. But I think ultimately, I mentioned it previously, but there was an obsession and a bit of a race for businesses to get into North America. Now it feels like that attention is slightly shifting towards LatAm because the companies down there are achieving really significant growth, and businesses want to be able to go on the journey with those local companies.
Fantastic. Thank you both for coming in to talk to us on ICE 365 Live. Have a great rest of your show. What's on the cards for this evening?
This evening, I'm going home.
You're going home?
Yes.
Are you going
I think
out
I'll
tonight?
probably drag him out for a beer first.
Oh, maybe one
Come
beer
on,
and then
just
home. One beer and then home.
One for the road.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you for visiting. Thanks,
you.
chaps. So up next, we talk the world champions of fan engagement. I'm joined by Augustin Sykes, the co-founder and chief operating officer of LatAm Media Group. Stay tuned.